Well, hey, it's Kimberly Lipstick and Fit, and I'm going to talk to you today about how quitting social media helped grow my business. So, hey, I know it's been a minute that I've been on this channel, but I've been building other channels and really focusing and niching down on my business modules, all right? So, I've been developing a number of companies, and they are growing phenomenally. And this all pretty much began when now, for you all that have been following me for years, especially on Facebook, you know Facebook was my bread and butter. It was my number one platform where I got the majority, I would say, on the low end 85% of my clientele, on the high end 95%. Okay, Facebook was a phenomenal tool, but Facebook was really draining me, not only creatively wise, but it was draining me spiritually and mentally. Look, here it is, I'm being a life coach and I'm promoting, plus size fitness and wellness and health and all these things, and having a healthy psyche, a healthy mental state, setting boundaries. And I was the number one person not doing it. Well, at least when it came to social media. So I would say last year around this time, I was on and off, but I was like, I was just conditioned that I have to always put something on social media so that I'm getting the click funnels and I'm getting new clientele and all these different things. And it was really weighing on me. I got tired of it. I did not like to do it. I felt like a fraud. I actually started doing some studies and realized how much social media, particularly Facebook, is just robbing not only our culture and our society, but us as individuals of that true communication, that true ability to have interpersonal relationship skills. Now, granted, the internet does a lot of great things, and I've met a lot of great people and connected and worked with a lot of great people via the internet. But ask me how many of those relationships were actually sustaining. All right, I believe things that you tend to get more so from the internet is fleeting. So you get temporary clientele. You may get a following, yes. You may get the likes, yes. But all those likes and all those followers actually turning into revenue. For us that are entrepreneurs, I've been full-time entrepreneur for now 2 years. It's been a journey, but it's been phenomenal. And going back to a traditional workforce, it's just not in the cards for me. So I was plagued with the fact of how am I going to make money? How am I going to generate sales and do all these different things? But at the same time, a big part of my company was me being able to be relational, to have that deep connection with my ladies that I coached. That is very imperative to me, okay? It is imperative. I'm a communicator. Okay, that is one of my love languages. Okay, is the ability for touch for one, and then communication. I need that. All right, and when I felt like I was robbing my own clients from that, and I was drained because half the time I'm putting content up for social media, came to the realization this night might not be where it's at. So here's where I take a big left turn for you all. I know some of you all are gonna be like, oh, here she go. But I have to be honest. Sometimes we're saying, oh, God said, and we're saying, oh, the Holy Spirit, my consciousness was convicting me, or it was showing me something. There's only a few times when I know I heard God. And I'm not saying it's not like this rumbling voice, and there's no burning bush, but it's this internal voice that you hear clearly, that you know it's not you, and it comes from further beyond. And I heard it. It was around this time last year, and it was remember, God speaks very quietly, very swift, very smooth. He's real cool. It's not theatrical and dramatic, okay? And usually he says one word. You might get 5, but you're usually gonna get about 1 or 3 words, right? And it was like, quit social media, specifically quit Facebook. Now, mind you, at this time I had already stopped using Snapchat and Twitter. I'm gonna go into those another day. I think Twitter really, it enslaves the ego, because people use that you say something on Twitter and it spreads like kudzu, right? and it's about ego. It's about validation on a more of an intellectual or mind level, okay? Snapchat, vanity, period. Vanity, vanity, vanity. What I didn't like about Snapchat was I love the pictures and I love the filters, but it's like, nigga, you don't look like that. That's not what you, that's this beautiful picture, it's you, but they've taken what is deemed not perfection and perfected it through lighting and tints and lashes. And we're gonna talk about that another day, okay? So I stopped that. But Facebook was the hardest one for me. And so, but I was like, well, how am I get business? How am I get clientele? And it was just eating at me. Then finally, September 30th, cold turkey, I logged off of Facebook. Not only did I log off, I deactivated all my accounts. Now, mind you, I had my personal backup account, then I had my Lipstick and Fit account that had over maybe 4,000 to 5,000 friends on the list, and about I don't know how many thousands of followers. So it was the big bulk of my following was on Facebook. Excuse me. Then I also had my business pages on Facebook, and I had Messenger. I had all these different things. I not only did I delete them off, once I deactivated them, I took them off of all my devices, deleted the cookies and everything. I blocked them on my email listing. What I did not like about it, because here it is, get a little bit more comfortable. Here it is, I'm talking about setting boundaries. Here it is, I'm talking about detoxing from social media at times. I'm telling my clients, hey, you need to sit back. You need to, fall back from this stuff. And I wasn't doing it myself, and it was literally weighing down on me mentally. I started questioning, hey, am I doing this out of validation, out of need of someone or the general public to say, hey, you're doing a good job? I actually got tired of the compliments. I actually got tired of it was like, do y'all see what I'm really trying to promote? Do you see what I'm really trying to see? What I'm trying to engage with? And it was draining. It was very shallow, and maybe even narcissistic. And I don't care where on the spectrum I was at, nevertheless, it was there and it was present. And if it's present, then it grows the possibility of getting. So September 30th, everything's deleted, and I feel amazing. Now, let me just give you the Reader's Digest. That was September 30th. This is now June the 17th? June the 17th, right? I have not, I'm lying. There's only one time I logged on. I logged on because I had to get into another account. It was some kind of account that I was setting up, but it needed my Facebook. And I used my backup account for that and quickly deactivated it, and because I got what I needed off of it. And then there was another time I needed to get some pictures off of it for something that I was doing. I don't know, a book I was writing or something like that, and I needed to get some information. And I said, well, let me scroll through. This was like months ago. These are the only 2 times I've logged on. And immediately that feeling came over me. I'm looking at everyone posting their best moments, these pictures, comments, all these different things. And I almost had an anxiety attack. And I believe the anxiety stemmed from the fact of that energy that permeates from social media, particularly Facebook. I'm pretty sure that I will never have a Facebook account for the rest of my life. Just don't, and not even for business. It is a beast. And I mean that in the most evilest way. Not like it's a beast because you be beasting out in the gym. I'm talking about it's a beast, a massive beast that I think is contributed to a lot of suicides. It contributes to a lot of low self-esteem. It contributes to a lot of relationship breakups. People are looking at other snippets, this augmented reality through that portal, Facebook. And you know how I know Facebook to me is it's like the dollar store of stores. It's like the Walmart. it's, you go in to get one or two things, you come out with a bunch of shit you didn't need, and it's all plastic junk. There's really no good value to it. It was cheap. It almost like eating. You feel satiated. You feel complete. You feel like you've done something, and next thing you know, you have wasted a number of hours and minutes from your day. Speaking of hours and minutes, that was a big thing for me. So someone as an entrepreneur, building companies and doing all these different things, I know I had the that thing on my iPhone that tells you how long you've been on social media. It was disgusting. When you tally up between you at traffic stops looking at your social media, you taking your phone to the bathroom, you going to go get a coffee, and while you're standing in line at Kroger or whatever, you're on your social media, it was disgusting. And I was like, this is the actions of an addict, period. And I wanted, if you know me, I like being in control of me. And the fact that my phone and an app had that much control made me a hypocrite. It made me a contradiction to the very thing that I was teaching my ladies. So I was able to win back my time and invested that time back in myself, right? And I will encourage you or implore you to do the same. If you can't see yourself deleting your Facebook account, and I've heard all kinds of excuses, but if you can't, hold on. I'm sorry, I was reading a message that was hilarious. I'm so sorry, and I'm not editing this out, but that is funny. Oh wow, I can't wait to get back to that one. But if you, and see, this is why you can't be distracted. See how quick social media distracts you? But it was a message I was waiting to come through. If you can't see yourself outside of that and walking away from the app and deleting it, and I'm not talking about doing a 40-day fast. That's not fasting. That's not fasting. That's you probably taking a little detox, but guess what? You go right back to the beast. It's no different. Whether you come back in 40 days or if you come back in 60 days, you still are feeding and fueling. Your mind don't mind that. If you say, oh, I'm not gonna do this for 40 days, okay, what's your other outlet? Okay. I had did a bunch of research. What is Jerron Wright? I think I will have to plug his book, but there was a book that I got, and it was said the 10 reasons why you need to delete all your social media. And this was a guy from Silicon Valley who actually coined the phrase, created the phrase, virtual reality. He's part of the initial creation from Silicon Valley. So that speaks for itself, right? And these high tech guys, you have to understand, these people from Silicon Valley, these people that's in tech and Google, do you not know they don't even put these devices in front of their children? They don't even allow their kids to have laptops and to have, they went back, or you still understand the importance of developing certain basics at a young age. And even in adulthood, a lot of them, they refuse to answer emails on a regular basis. They do all these different things. I say, well, if they're doing it, why aren't we doing it? And what is it that they know that we don't know? And a big part of that is they know how toxic social media is to the human brain, as well as the heart. So how has it helped my business? Tremendously. For one, creativity. I'm a creator, I'm a writer. This time away actually made me come to the realization of what it is that I actually want to do with like some circumstances within life. As you all know me, I did for years plus size fitness, meal plans, fitness plans, coaching. Yeah, that's done. My life coaching practice is thriving, and though I'm still a holistic wellness coach, there's so many other people that have plans, that have training, all kind of things that's at your fingertips, that I literally now can just tell my clients, hey, you need to do more so this type of planning. You may need to try this, you need to do that, and focus on what it is that I love to do, and that's helping people deal with the matters of the heart and the mind. Okay, I branched out my clientele. It was like, well, what did people do for, I don't know, thousands of years in gaining business? They didn't have social media, and we had billionaires, you know, over 100 years ago. So what was they doing that I can do. And I went back to the basics, forging actual relationships, meeting people, using my gift, which is the ability to converse, to talk, to communicate, talking back and forth with people, and putting myself out there. Okay, word of mouth, referral programs, things of that sort. So that, because I think this is the thing, when I did a few events or got in the plus size community, which I'm not a big fan of, how it gets down. I'm not. And so I was like, you know what, I don't want no parts of this. And I realized in talking to these people, they put on one face for social media. Okay, they put on one face for social media. But when you're actually standing there talking to them, these people are shallow, they're self-absorbed, they have this false sense of confidence that is like, oh wow, you might need meds for that, sis. Don't know, but this is, it was very alarming, and I want no parts of it. And so I started detaching myself from a number of different outlets, groups, people, and things of that sort, and transitioned into a different genre, so to speak. I have a rule. I don't accept none of my old clients. I did have a real good turnaround rate, but now I don't coach them. You can't ask me questions, nothing like that, because I'm in a completely different mental state, in a completely different mind frame. And when someone tries to come back, they have an expectation of how things once were when they just aren't anymore, right? So that's a boundary that I set, and I'm loving how my businesses are now running. The biggest aspect of getting off of social media is my creativity. I always wonder if people, sometimes you be like, that person copied me, and someone may be talking to you, was she copying me? It just seemed like my thoughts are now more original, and they are truly authentic. Someone was talking about something going on, and I don't watch TV. I don't watch the news. Outside of YouTube, I don't do much of anything. In books that I read, I really guard my mind, but most importantly, I guard my heart. And your heart is when you're pouring so much in me. I was doing a lot of my writing on Facebook. I would write these paragraphs of these, I thought they were deep and beautiful. And some people would read them, but it was like, I was like, you're putting this into the ether and it's getting lost. Why don't you redirect that energy, redirect your words, redirect your intentions, and watch you reap things differently. I have the greatest peace that I've had in a long time. And I would just encourage you to look into it. It's not until you get fed up, and that's how I know it was God, because September 30th, when I did it, from that day, I never looked back. I have yet had the desire to go on to Facebook and say anything. I haven't made a post on Facebook since September 30th, and it's phenomenal. Ironically, that has now transitioned onto Instagram. The thing though I like about Instagram though, you can only post so much, and now I post on Instagram maybe once a week, like 3 things in one day because I have this little formula I do. And if it gets 20 likes, cool. If it gets 300 likes, cool. But it's not about the likes. It's about having a presence. So if someone wants to go look me up, if they want to see something, they can. But everything I'm primarily focusing is on content that I actually own, which is my websites. Okay, so my websites and my blogs. That's it. Oh, and my books. That's tangibility. That is kind of like your hard assets. Your accounts can be deleted at any time. Your pictures can be lost at any time. You don't own those things. I'll talk about that another day, but I just wanted to propose that to you all, that I've had great success. I feel as though I'm a better person having quit Facebook. Okay, along with Twitter and Snapchat, and I even deleted my Pinterest, because you be like, oh, I'm gonna make that, I'm gonna do that, I'm gonna do that, and next thing you know, you're saving all this data, but you're not using it. You're not actually doing it. It's just, you're just putting more and more stuff in your brain. And then I had to question how much of this is truly me and how much of this is outside influencing. So I leave the question to you, and I hope that you understand where I'm coming from. This takes to me, it's only an act of God could have done this, because it took a lot of strength. I had to now break down and rebuild my business. But in doing that, I was able to see Kimberly in a different light and how I could service people in a better light without using social media. So you all will be hearing from me more often, and I look forward to hear from you. What do you think about social media? How has it plagued your life? How has it caused you any issues? Has it granted you fake or false sense of validation? Because a lot of us ain't looking like those pictures, and the filter can only do so much. And using these apps to cinch in your waist and to make you look slimmer and to get rid of the gullet. See, when you see my face right here, it looks all nice, but you do that side view. You see that? But guess what? I love that. It's who the hell I am. I just implore you to embrace who you are, all right, and to own that shit. All right, y'all take care.